Purple Daily is daily Vikings entertainment. We just want the Vikings to win a Super Bowl before we die.
I will ride with this group.
Seriously, man. Please.
And away we go.
It is a Write That Down Wednesday, the only show in America that has the stones enough to keep track of our predictions.
Write this down.
With statistics.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
Before we get to the accountability session, before we get to quarterback cesspool challenge, too, let's wave the birthday flag.
Oh, boy.
Oh, it's the birthday boy.
Yeah, here's the birthday flag. Here's the birthday flag. I'm a little weak today.
Oh, no. There goes my button bar.
Wow. The big 55. I can now go to Perkins and get some meals and stuff. Deals.
Oh, is 55 the senior?
Golden, I think it's the senior discount. I think.
Oh man,
is it just at Perkins that it's 55, or is 55 pretty universal at?
I don't. That's a very good question.
I saw your Park Tavern sent out their Thanksgiving buffet. It's like there's one price for adults, but then there's like a 12 and under. And I think it's a 65 and older discount at Park Tavern. So you still
well, I still got a long time to get to that.
Like,
I mean, 10 years.
It's like a curb, where do we draw the line at 55 or 65? Sub business only do honor 55, sub business only honor 65. This is a crossroads for you, Judd.
We should know. We should have to know.
Yeah.
This needs to be federally, across the board. We need to know.
I'm sure we can get that done.
Does Quick Trip give a senior discount?
You know what? No. They don't have to, because Quick Trip gives a discount to everyone who goes in there just by existing, because of the fact that you can avoid the hassle of the grocery store and all of that shopping, and you can get the same convenience and the same type of great food at Quick Trip. If you're watching this now, there's the Karuba coffee, absolutely fantastic. Quick Trip favorites, we're about to see the pizza, things like fried chicken, absolutely what you need. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, or heck, just a snack, and also fill up that gas tank. Don't let that gas tank go to E like some of my friends do. Fill that gas tank up and put the app on your phone, order from Quick Trip, and get your food delivered to you outside while you're filling up the gas tank. Quick Trip. It is a blessing for everyone because it's so easy.
Wow. What a tagline. Also, don't forget, we're giving away a 75-inch Roku Pro Series 4K TV on the Score North app this month. Just open the app, go to Listener Rewards section, and you can enter to win the 75-inch Roku Pro Series 4K TV. So are you guys ready to be held accountable for your actions?
Write this down.
If I say no, guess what?
Doesn't matter.
Happen. It doesn't matter.
Yes, it's a wave of accountability every single Wednesday here. So here's how it works. It's 3 Vikings or football-related predictions from everybody on the show each week. They must be quantifiable in some way. We keep track of completion percentage and touchdowns. The season runs from Super Bowl to Super Bowl. And listeners, if you want to participate, like our guy Seth is about to make his listener debut here, you can send Declan a message through the Score North app, and we will get you scheduled for some time in the coming weeks. Same for Ventline, by the way. We got the Vikings Ventline at gmail.com, and I saw a couple like, hey, I've been sending invites. Keep sending. Obviously, there's a lot of people that want to get on post-game for Vikings Ventline, a lot of people that want to get on Write That Down. So, if we don't get you scheduled in, just keep hitting us, and at some point we will. So, okay, Jeb, we'll start with you, the birthday boy.
This is not... Really? Couldn't find a way to oh, man.
Looks like maybe Judd's hitting the old age cliff here on Write That Down.
Are you? Am I
Once
the
you
Mike
start
Conley
to turn
of the show?
55 years old, the Mike Conley. You said the Vikings would beat the Jaguars and Doug Peterson would be fired before their next game. I mean, we're to Wednesday pretty safely now.
Well, I think we can all agree that this prediction was right. The Jaguars got it wrong.
I think so. Tony Khan he's more hands-on with like the Jaguars, and then he runs AEW.
Yep.
And he's a people person, man. Like, he takes pictures with Doug Peterson when they win a game. And I think it's hard for him to part ways with underperformers.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes you just got to pull the plug.
Yeah, quit being a mark. Let's go.
You effing mark. Okay, you said the Vikings will have either a missed kick or PAT attempt, or they'll muff a snap. They almost muffed a snap.
They did. You know what?
No faith.
I'm glad that this was wrong. No, and I didn't have faith, and I'm glad I was wrong.
And you said Sam Darnold would have at least 291 passing yards against the Jags. If the interceptions would have been converted to receptions, I think he probably would have had 291. Those are the breaks.
That doesn't do me any good. Thanks for bringing that up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll go over to old Magadak here. I said the Vikings would have at least 35 points against the Jaguars. They should have, if not for devastating turnovers. Said the Cowboys defense, this should have come off the board a week ago, but the Cowboys defense would force at least 5 combined turnovers and sacks against the Falcons. Nope. Kirk carving up the league until, the 4th and 4 at the very end, which I'm sure Justin Jefferson was double covered on that play last week.
Golly.
I did tell you that John Parker Romo would make at least a 45-yard field goal, and by golly, he made a 45-yard field goal exactly.
Yeah.
And 3 other shorter field goals. JPR. JPR. Ringing throughout Park Tavern.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the listeners, Zach said the Vikings would rush for $125 or more and pass for $250 or more. It was $241.
Oh, that's a bad beat.
Again, if just one of those picks is a reception.
Yeah, seriously, dude.
Devin said, this should have come off the board a week ago too. Got to clean up my act here. The Vikings will blow at least a 10-point lead to the Colts and lose the game. Let's go to Declan here. Busy week for the Dexter.
Busy. Very busy week.
We'll start with the bad. You said TJ Hawkinson would catch a first-quarter touchdown against the Jags. The Vikings would win by 10 or more, which, again, they should have.
Yeah. Oh,
this is a bad beat.
This is such a bad beat.
Sam Darnold will enter the Ringer's top 20 quarterback rankings at some point by the November 13th ranking. So he's currently 26th. The bad beat is 3 or 4 weeks ago, he was 21st, climbing.
Oh, wow.
He fell to 26? God.
He's at 26 right now.
It's not exactly shocking now.
Yeah, they have, we should pull that up later.
Yeah, we'll pull it up.
It's a little disrespectful even. It's like, come on, guys. Like, I think they have like Drake May above him, which
no.
Not yet. Really? I don't know.
No.
You said the Vikings will record at least 1 touchdown in every single regular season game. You even put money on that in Vegas.
That one stinks. I was really looking forward. I mean, and by the way, I'm going to make this bet every single year when I go to Vegas. This is a fun bet. It's a fun little bet. Even like the Chiefs, only like a few teams were minus money line for this. So like the Vikings were plus money on it. I think it's a fun bet to track each year.
Man, and if somebody would have told you,
I know
you're going to lose this in a game in which they rack up 400 plus yards and the most time of possession, 42 minutes and 19 seconds in any Vikings game since the turn of the century.
Yes.
I would say if you were to tell me when I made the bet and we were like, hey, Dex, pick this schedule, which one do you feel is the least likely of this coming off? I probably would have had this in the bottom 3. Like, I would have had Jacksonville, and they'll get at least 1 touchdown against Jacksonville. There's like 4 or 5 other teams on this schedule have been like, yeah, this is going to be a little dicey. This one I thought was one of the for sure locks.
Yeah. Well,
those are the breaks.
Yeah,
if you look at the box score, what is the probability of points for that box score for a team?
I think it might even say. That's a great question.
Like the probability of points for that game in particular had to be 30. I mean,
there's a. Let's pause the show so I can look this up. So NFL EPA expected point. There's like an expected points added website that you can look at the games and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't know what that website is though. I know I see people screenshotting that like every week during games, but I actually don't know what to say.
So it's rbsdm.com, but I know they have game data. I'm just trying to find
domain.
Yeah, it's like I think it was like an analytics guy who works for The Athletic.
Yeah,
but it's great. It'll show you. We'll get back to it later in the show because I think it's
all right.
We'll get there. Yeah.
All right.
Let's see here. The good for Declan. You said John Parker Romo won't miss a kick against Jacksonville.
All the faith.
And then based on when you predicted this is a touchdown. You said Sam Darnold, this is before the J.J. McCarthy injury, So they were still in a battle for who was going to start week 1. And you said Sam Darnold will start at least the first 10 games for the Vikings. Assuming he starts this weekend, that's a touchdown.
That's good.
Because at any point when you made this prediction, J.J. McCarthy could have been primed to start.
Right.
Or Darnold's performance, as it has every other place,
Yeah.
or an injury or something.
Yeah.
So with that, Declan on the season, 41.4% completions, a healthy lead over Judd, 34.5%. I'm just under 31%. Listeners at 29%. Listeners with 10 touchdowns lead the league. You guys each have 9. I only have 2 touchdowns on the season. Declan celebrating his 50th career touchdown pass.
Leader.
Congratulations.
Nice work. So, all right, let's get guest listener predictor Seth in here, making his debut. Seth, what's going on, dude?
Nothing much. I'm excited to make some predictions.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
What's your background as a Vikings fan? Give us your history.
Okay, so I live in Indiana,
Okay.
and my dad, I got football from my dad, and he didn't want to like the Colts because this is back when the Colts sucked. He didn't want to like the Colts, so he became a Bears fan, and they also sucked when I was born. And during a beautiful period of 2008, a running back was drafted named Adrian Peterson, and that man took everything from me. I mean, that dude is my favorite player of all time, and that guy made me love football, made me a Vikings fan. So that's how I became a Vikings fan.
Love it, man.
Makes
so
sense.
yeah, so he came in. It was him and Chester Taylor, and then so you grew up. Do you remember when he broke the single game rushing record?
Yeah,
against the Chargers in 07?
Yeah, it started off really slow. I don't know. That all came in the second half too. That was insane. That was
I saw, man, there's so many great Twitter accounts that send out like historical NFL videos, and my algorithm just gets all of them. And a couple days ago, or I think because it happened in like early November, so it might have been like last week was the anniversary, and someone reposted all of his runs from that game.
Oh, it's insane.
Oh my gosh. That dude, you even forget because time passes, but like the early version of that guy in the first 3 or 4 seasons, good luck stepping up in the A gap and tackling him, man. Like that game against the Chargers, just roughshod. Because he was the in terms of just like sheer size and strength, one of the biggest running backs in recent NFL history. And then the breakaway speed, it was like a right tackle outrunning defensive backs in that game. Yeah, just a crazy, crazy game. Judd and I were both in the building for that, watching it live with Judd with his little binoculars for the Star Tribune.
They got the big ones for that one.
The
That
big
was
ones?
impressive. But you're right. He started off, that first half was not good. And like they weren't playing well. And that's actually the game that was it. Antonio Cromartie set the record because they tried a field goal by Longwell and he returned it like 109 yards for a touchdown. And the Vikings got booed off the field. And then Peterson was phenomenal.
Yeah. So, all right, let's get into it here. Seth, you're going to lead us off with your first prediction, and then
Write this down.
we'll go around the room 3 times. Seth, Judd, Dex, back to me. Fire away, man.
all right. So I want to make one about Declan.
Did I take my headphones off?
Headphones off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, one sec.
All right,
One
love
sec.
it.
Let
All
me
right.
turn off.
By the way,
my-
Declan wearing
Give me one second.
the
here.
brand new official
Okay.
Purple Daily Ugly
Headphones off.
sweater, which we will have details. That will be available this week, scornart.com/shop. Cheap plug. Okay, Seth, go ahead.
All right, man. If you've seen the Dan Campbell commercial for Applebee's, you know you got to play it safe. So, all right. So we're gonna making sure he doesn't hear me out here. All right.
Yeah, okay.
So, all right, Declan, we'll make a prediction about John Parker Romo.
Today.
I'm going for completion. I think he will make a prediction about John Parker Romo.
Okay.
That's
right.
that's it. All right.
Dex, come on back in here.
This
I don't
is brilliant.
want my play
I
right
love
now.
what you just did. Like you took every safeguard. That is really bravo.
Yeah. Did you notice, Dex, he did the Dan Campbell Applebee's play chart thing to make
I
sure you
did
couldn't read his lips?
I
With
did
a-
see that. That's pretty great.
With a good sized play chart too. None of this Bill Musgrave little note card
the
crap.
no card. That was awesome.
Yeah, I love it. I still love
So
that. note.
let's see if Dex will do it.
Okay.
Let's
All
see.
right. Okay.
See if
I mean,
it'll
he could do
happen.
it.
Is he gonna do it right now?
It could
Any
happen.
point.
Is he going to
It
do it
could
right
happen. It could happen at any moment.
now? I don't know. Okay,
right.
Judd.
Write this down.
Huh?
The Vikings will record at least 2 more interceptions on Sunday against the Titans. So just for context, the Titans are third in throwing picks with 11 on the season, and the Vikings lead the league with 15 defensively. So the Vikings will pick off the Tennessee quarterback. I believe it's going to be good old Will Levis at least.
Mayonnaise man, the mayonnaise man himself. Yeah. Do you think that which is it? Hellman's? What mayonnaise company is it? Do you think they're regretting their choice of endorser?
No, because it's probably so hard to find like a mayonnaise endorser, right?
they're like the first
he
time
genuinely
in 30
loves
years.
Mayonnaise. Like he genuinely loves it. He puts it in his coffee, which even I find repulsive,
weird,
I find very little repulsive.
Yeah, well, you put ketchup in your coffee, don't you?
Yeah.
No, I did not put ketchup in my coffee.
I forget who it was, but someone at Park Tavern was like, "I can't believe you guys didn't pick mayonnaise for your condiments draft." And I think all of us were like,
she was very.
Well, no, she said, was mayonnaise not available? Is it not a condiment? We said, no, it's a condiment. She goes, well, why didn't it get drafted? I mean, nothing against mayonnaise, but give me
it's one of
15
the last,
other condiments before.
It's one of the last thoughts.
Me too.
Like when I am thinking condiments, what do I want with this? Mayonnaise, relegated, 3rd division.
Just a glob of mayonnaise. All right, we're back to Dex here.
Write this down.
All right, write this down. How about this? And let me know if this is a touchdown because he's obviously thrown a lot, and only in 2 games this season he hasn't done this. Sam Darnold will not throw an interception against the Titans.
Wow.
So he's
averaging 1 a game.
He's thrown a pick in all but 2 games this year.
And he's thrown 5.
And he's thrown a lot lately.
He's thrown 5 in the last 2 games. He's got 10 on the season.
If you were to say, that's really close. With most quarterbacks, it would not be. With him, I feel like if you said turnover, he will not turn the ball over.
Yeah.
Because then we can include fumbles too.
Fumbles, right. And he has a lot of fun. I think does he lead the league in fumbles? I think he's close.
He leads the league in total turnovers, correct. Yes.
Okay.
It's not good. It's not good.
Yeah, you guys all think KOC's a bad play caller. We got Reckless McGee over here trying to shipwreck these games.
I will add to it 0 turnovers for Sam Darnold against the Titans. So no picks, no fumbles. Clean game.
This is a borderline touchdown, but I think based on who Sam Darnold is,
I'm fine.
I think we'll give Dex a touchdown here. Judd, unless you disagree.
No. If he's going to add both, because the odds are good that something will at some point go wrong. No. If he's going to add both, I think it's a touchdown. It's fine.
Okay. Write this down.
Okay, write this down. The Vikings are going to come back and do to the Titans what they should have done to the Jaguars, which is beat the brakes off of them. So spoiler alert for this Purple Picks show that we do on Saturdays, the Vikings will beat the Titans by 17 points or more.
Wow.
They will this will be a blowout victory for the Minnesota Vikings. I think KOC is going to he's going to get into Sam Darnold's head in a good way and say, "Guy, we got to stop with these crooked number interception games." He's going to make some changes. Also, the fact that now you kind of know, like the Jaguars blitzed once in 3 hours in that game. What's the counter adjustment? I think KOC is going to go to school.
Write this down.
Excited for investigative reporter Judd to be out there at the practice facility today asking some of these questions.
Do you think that him going to school and trying to beat the brakes off the Titans will actually be carried out by the quarterback?
To be determined.
I mean, that's what concerns me. Like
it has been multiple times before.
I mean, Darnold's not trying. Like it's not like Sam, if you just put this little thing together. So I don't know.
Write this down.
Okay, back to Seth.
All right, so I'm going to the Titans game. I'm excited for this. I'm driving 4 hours for it.
Love it.
Nice.
I somehow got the girlfriend willing to go, so I'm getting her in a Dallas Turner jersey. It's gonna be a great experience. So I'm going to make one about all 3 of you guys. So I got one for Declan. This one, kind of about you. I'm using Phil's guy, Andrew Van Ginkel. I think he will force a turnover, either interception, forced fumble, or a fumble recovery in any way in the game against the Titans.
The gangster. The gank master. Andrew Van Ginkels.
Write this down.
Andrew Van Ginkels.
Put some respect on that Van Ginkel's name.
He's
Top
due.
5 player. Top 5 Vikings player.
Yeah,
That's right.
okay.
Damn right he is.
Evidently. Well, how about Blake Cashman? Like Phil said, now Blake Cashman. Like,
Yeah. Are you working
Way
on
up
that
that
top 20 list?
not yet. Not yet. Let's
We should do it for Thursday. We should get Thor's thoughts on it too.
I like it.
Sounds like you're not too jazzed about it.
I'll try and create some time for it. Busy day today. Busy day with the birthday celebration going on. I mean, it's big stuff here.
Okay. Yeah, you sound really hesitant to put together a top 20. But
No, I'm not.
am I
No, I'm
wrong?
not.
Judd's like, nah.
Do I want to do it
don't
for Thursday? For Thursday? I don't know if I want to do that. But yes, I am very
next week?
excited.
It might be
for next week,
just
for sure.
FYI. Might be
Yeah.
a fun list during like Thanksgiving week when maybe we have a slow day or something.
Okay.
Holiday week.
All right.
Just a little.
Okay.
So a couple weeks from now.
Yeah,
Okay.
see, I'm much.
Little
Thanks,
moderator
thanks,
here.
Dex.
Little
See, I got
moderator.
a little bit like the timetable threw me.
Yeah.
Like,
divorce
can,
court
That's
right
fine.
here.
I can just see the wheels turning in Judd's head, and
done
he's
by
like,
tomorrow.
I don't want to do
I
this.
don't know. I'm going to tell you right now. Putting together that top 10 list on Tuesdays, that's a lot for like 1 week. I'm going through strength and schedule now.
It is really hard to decipher if the Chiefs or the Lions are the best team in the NFL.
hey,
And the
hey,
6
about an hour.
OLIs
It's
that
6
you're
through
putting
10,
in
okay?
there.
It's 6 through 10, not 5. Okay, 1 through 5, I'm fine. All right.
By the way, I feel like I slept on this.
Yeah.
I don't think you had the Chargers even in your honorable mention, did you? No, man, you
no,
didn't even mention the Chargers.
I did not.
6-3, best defense in the NFL.
Yeah, here's the problem. In fact, I got the list back out. Okay, this is the type of work I do. I keep these lists every day. The Chargers' strength of victory is 298 win percentage.
Okay, well, you listen. You play the teams that are on your schedule.
That's not how this works. That's not how this works. I am the NCAA men's tournament committee putting in whatever the hell it is now, 68 teams. 64. I prefer the 64. But anyway, the Chargers were left out based on the fact that their strength of victory is below 300.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Keep sleeping on.
All right.
Write this
Well,
down.
no,
Chargers.
beat good teams. You beat good teams. That goes up. You get in.
Okay.
I think we're back to Dex here for his second
no.
prediction. Or
No,
Judd.
Judd.
Judd has not made
Yeah.
his. Okay.
That's me. All right. The Vikings will score points on their opening drive Sunday against the Titans. So, at first I was going to be a touchdown, and then to go back to what I said to Phil, I'm a little bit concerned. Like, okay, Sammy boy, you can drive the car down the field, but you get in the deep red. There's been some problems, so I'm just going to go with points. They'll come away with points on the first drive.
Okay.
All right, we're
Write this down.
matriculating down the field. Dex.
All right. I think this is going to be a heavy Aaron Jones game. I think they're going to try to rein in Sammy Darnold a little bit and continue to feed Aaron Jones, even with being day-to-day with a rib injury. Doesn't sound like it's significant, at least, which is good news. But write this down anyway. Aaron Jones will rush for a season high in rushing yards against the Titans, so that is 103 or more. So he'll have a season high in rushing yards against the Titans. Write it down.
Okay. Aaron Jones.
Write this down.
Let's get it.
A lot of faith.
So I also have, much like Seth, an Ander Van Ginkel prediction. But mine's going to go a little further here. I think the Gingster is due. He's due again to be involved in a defensive touchdown. So write this down. Against the Titans or the Bears. So one of these next 2 weeks, Ander Van Ginkel will be involved in a defensive touchdown. So he'll either score the touchdown or he will cause the fumble that somebody else picks up. He'll be directly involved in a defensive touchdown.
What about like he tips the pass and it gets caught? That would still count. Okay.
That's involved. Yep.
Yeah. And if there's some gray area that we haven't thought of, then we can debate it.
The only
Pushed
thing
the
that-
guy at the goal line. He pushed the guy in.
He sets a key block
Yeah.
for somebody else.
Yeah.
I
I was
might,
going to
I might
say-
fight on that.
I was going to say, what if he, so the one the one thing would be if he provides like the pressure, if he's about to sack the quarterback and the quarterback throws a pick.
So that's a good question.
I would say no
There's
on
gray
that.
area there. Yeah.
I would say no on that, but I think everything else that you guys
So you're
just talked
saying
about-
he comes through, quarterback freaks out, throws the ball high in the air.
Harrison
Van Ginkel
Smith hits it off.
hits him,
Yeah.
but his pressure leads to. I would probably fight that and say that he was
Okay.
directly
Well, let's wait.
involved.
Oh, well, let's wait and see.
Yeah, let's fight about
This
that
could be a fun debate
if it happens.
And
'Cause
then-
I will not go along with that.
And lawyer Chase maybe on retainer. For it, if needed.
Sounds good. I mean,
Okay.
what's funny is outside of the parameters of Write That Down, you would praise and laud Van Ginkel for causing a quarterback to throw an errant pass.
Yeah.
But then within the walls of Write That Down,
Yeah.
you would
Yeah,
fight
it's like a
against
court.
my
Yeah.
prediction, which
It's like a
seems
court.
awfully
Yes.
hypocritical,
Yes.
but that's fine.
No, it's not.
Statute of limitations.
It's great
is.
football. It's a great football thought process by me.
No, it's hypocritical.
Write this down.
Whatever.
Back to Seth for his third and final
Whatever.
prediction.
Ugh. All right, I'm stuck between two. So I gotta ask: was it last week? Randy from Cottage Grove finally got Judd's name right. Or was it the
He
week before
couple weeks ago.
It was a few weeks ago. I don't know.
I think he echoed because I had said Judd, and he then responded to what I said, and I'm not sure he even correlated that I was talking about Judd, like the guy on the show.
Jeff. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I think he still thinks your name is Jeff. Not totally sure.
My prediction is at one point for the remainder of this season on a stud stable, Randy from Cottage Grove will get Judd's name correct again at least one time.
I love this.
Okay. Yeah, I think we could probably coax him into
Write
that
this
too.
down.
Help Seth out.
That'd be awesome.
Great work. By the way, Seth, you're welcome to hang in the green room here just to see if before the end of the show your Declan prediction comes off the board. But
All right.
since you've got this life-changing platform right now, is there anyone you'd like to thank that helped you get to this pinnacle moment?
I'd like to thank my dad for liking a crappy football team. I got to. I can't say the Vikings are much better, but I enjoy them more. The Bears suck. I'm so glad to see them struggling, and I don't even know any other Vikings fans. I want to thank you guys for giving me a way to keep up on the Vikings. It's all I got down here, so I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, for sure. By the way, God, the Bears, if you look back, they had a chance instead of Eberflus. They had a chance to hire Jim Harbaugh. They had a chance to hire Kevin O'Connell.
Yep.
As coordinator. They interviewed Cliff Kingsbury and then didn't give him a second interview. They could have had Kingsbury with Caleb Williams. Just the amount of absolute disaster hires that they've made over the last, well, not just the last 3 years, but the last 30 years.
Yeah. There's a world in which the Vikings hire Nathaniel Hackett and the Bears hire Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah.
And I don't want to live in that world.
Because Hackett was a finalist, wasn't he? Didn't Hackett get a second
According to
interview?
Doogie, they loved him, yeah.
Man.
And he did get a second, yes.
So, anyway, Seth, great job. We'll see you again sometime, man.
All right, have a good one.
Here he is, guest listener predictor, Seth. Hey, before we get into our final predictions and a quarterback cesspool challenge, let's talk about Spidex getting rid of pests in your home.
And especially mice. So I got an old house circa 1951 or so, and I had mice. And I finally said, enough is enough. And the folks at Spidex came to my house, and I'm going to tell you right now, worked miracles. I haven't seen a critter or a sign of a critter all fall long. It's great. I didn't know that the mice actually start to scout your house like advanced scouts in like late summer to move in. Well, guess what? Spidex came 2 trips here. They took care of that. They do fantastic work. And right now, a special offer for Score North listeners and viewers, $125 off your first service by calling 952-333-8813 or check them out at Spidex.com. That's Spidex, SPIDEXX.com. They also serve some areas outside the metro. For instance, I know that they do in Iowa. So if you have critters and want to get rid of them and are outside the state, check them out as well. Spidex.com. I'm telling you right now, they work miracles, and it's great. No more mice.
Nicolay Law is here to help you Purple Daily listeners too, and your family members. If your loved one gets into an accident, make sure you reach out to the exclusive personal injury law firm of Purple Daily. Nicolay Law is local. They're just your normal everyday folks in and around the Twin Cities communities that happen to have law degrees to make sure you get the compensation you deserve after an accident. So if you've been injured, get Minnesota's local award-winning injury lawyers. Get Nicolay. All right, let's proceed.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
Judd, your third and final prediction.
Okay, prediction for Sunday that does not involve the Vikings is this. The Bills will end the Chiefs' undefeated season.
You sniped Dex there, it looks like.
Well, you can add to it, Declan. Really, of all the ones I could have sniped, I don't.
I
mean,
thought I was safe too. I thought I wasn't going to get sniped on this.
Oh,
So the rule is you can't make the same prediction as somebody else in the same week. You have to add to it or change it in some form.
Add something. You just tweak it just a bit. But I think the Bills are going to, and you know what? As we discussed yesterday, it don't matter until you actually do it in the playoffs. But I do think that the Bills and long term best thing. I hate undefeated seasons.
What do you mean, like as a fan or what?
Oh, if I'm the Chiefs, I don't want to be. I want a loss. It's easier. You can coach
Too much
off
pressure?
that. You're 9-1. It's unnecessary pressure. It's unnecessary. You don't need to be like. It's this thing of, oh my God, you're. First of all, it's some luck, right? And second of all, I would prefer if you're not 9-1, you're making the playoffs. Can coach off that. The team comes back down to earth a bit. So I think the Bills win that game.
I disagree in this instance because the Chiefs are fighting among a small handful of other dynasties in NFL history to be potentially regarded as the greatest team or the greatest dynasty in history. Like if they can rack up what would be their fourth championship in like a 5-year stretch.
Oh yeah. No.
And now the Patriots, you could argue, had like a 20-year run with 2 different sets of 3 championships. The Niners had 5 over the course of 15 years, whatever it was. So there's still time. But if in your dynastic resume you had undefeated season championship, something that the Patriots didn't have because they lost the 07 Super Bowl, I just think for this particular case, there's a lot of value historically in the Chiefs chasing this.
Yeah. Give me a loss.
Okay. Good talk.
Write this down.
Give me a loss. I want the loss.
Back to Dex.
All right, write this down instead. He hasn't had a touchdown in the last 3 games, I believe, after having a great start to the season, finding the end zone. So he has now, last 3 games, Justin Jefferson has not found the end zone. So write this down. Justin Jefferson records a touchdown against Titans. Looking for just a little completion here.
Okay.
JJ touchdown against the Titans. Write it down.
Okay.
Write this down.
Okay, write this down. Sam Darnold. I think we're going to go back to the bread and butter here. Sam Darnold, deep shots. Sam Darnold will have at least 2 completions of 40 or more yards in this game against the Titans. At least 2 completions of 40 or more yards. Now, maybe one of them is a screen that gets blocked up well. I'll leave it open to context. But I need some more touchdowns here on the season, and I think old Sammy Deep D, as Randy in Cottage Grove calls him, is going to be hunting for some big plays down the field. Let's get him back to what he does best. So, all right, those of you write that down. Predictions, your accountability session. I will say that we're going to have to take one of Seth's off the board here. He did say that Dex would make a John Parker Romo prediction on the show today. So we love it when you guys take shots that could come off the day of the show. So good for Seth for taking that shot.
Odds. But solid prediction, Seth.
Yeah. So, okay, boys, it's time for the quarterback cesspool challenge here, where we look to celebrate and identify bad quarterback play around the National Football League. It's very simple. Each member of the show selects a quarterback. We go through a little one-round draft here. We select quarterbacks that we think are going to be bad in Week 11. The scoring is QBR. We're looking for the lowest QBR on a 0 to 100 scale. Once you select a quarterback once in a season, you can't select that quarterback again. It's like a survivor pool. And there's a couple other rules here that we can explain as we go. But this last week, congratulations to Judd picking up his 4th win of the season.
Yes.
Cooper Rush with a 16.4 QBR on a 0 to 100 scale. Declan nailed Joe Flacco as a bad quarterback this week, a 21.8 QBR. I took Will Levis, who was sacked like 6 times and somehow still put up a 65.3 QBR. Those are the breaks. Mac Jones was the worst quarterback in the entire league. 12.7 QBR against that Brian Flores defense.
Wow. And what was Sammy Darnold again?
Sammy Darnold. I think he was like a 33 QBR, somewhere in
okay.
there,
Okay.
which is bad. I mean, that's bad,
Gotcha.
but not a total train wreck. So, okay, on the full season here, I still have the overall lead through 10 weeks with a 41.8 average QBR, Judd 46.6 average QBR, Declan 51.6 average QBR. Judd with 4 wins in terms of weekly wins. Dex and I both have 3. So we will draft in reverse order of last week's standing. So I get the first overall pick, Declan gets the second pick, and Judd gets the third pick.
All right.
Good week for you guys, though. You guys needed to make up some ground.
I always get, I don't know, because like obviously a 21 QBR and not winning is frustrating. You know, like I feel like more times than not, if your quarterback puts up a 21 QBR like Flacco did, you're going to win.
Yep.
And it lowers I guess it does lower the cumulative stat, which I desperately needed because I've had 2 like humongous numbers on my resume. But I don't know if it's more frustrating doing that or like when Bill picks Will Levis and he somehow has like an above average 65 QBR. I don't know which one's more frustrating to have.
Yeah. There's a lot of great options this week, by the way.
Yes.
It is a boat of amazing options.
Smorgasbord, if you will.
Charcuterie
I mean,
board.
you could, yes. How many of us have used Darnold?
I have not.
I don't think any of us have.
None of us have used Darnold yet. It's a road game. So the Dallas Cowboys,
Right.
it's kind of 50-50 right now. They might start Trey Lance, Cooper Rush. I think either one of those
Can't
is
go wrong.
No, so I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take Cooper Rush against the Houston Texans.
Okay.
And Trey Lance I have not used Trey Lance either. So if the rule is if Cooper Rush doesn't play, like last week I picked Mason Rudolph. Will Levis was the backup, so I get the backup. So if Cooper Rush doesn't play, then I get Trey Lance. Now, if one of you guys wanted to roll the dice and take Trey Lance, I think that would cancel out. Then I would get stuck with a 75 if Trey Lance winds up playing. So there's a little gamesmanship here, but
I didn't even think about the backdoor possibilities of that move.
Because you can't take the same quarterback in the same week. But I will roll the dice on Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush should be a little easier. Hopefully the sun isn't, blaring into the receiver's eyes.
So,
Jerry Jones getting all pissed off about the fact.
So it's home field advantage for us, is it? All right, guy.
No, it's not. You
Guy's a moron.
all right, Dex?
all right, I'm actually going to go with an established guy this week. So he had a bad week last week. He is going on the road, I believe, this week. Let me double check he's on the road. Yes, they're in Denver. Give me Kirk Cousins this week for the quarterback cesspool challenge.
Wow.
Denver Broncos defense also very good this season. Top 5 in yards and points.
Denver's going to be mad off that loss too, man.
Denver, I think, will have an answer for Kirk. So I'm going to take Kirk Cousins. I'm going to give an established guy here. I want some bullets on the board more closer to the end of the year. So give me Kirk Cousins this week for the quarterback cesspool challenge.
Wow, Kirky boy.
That's a solid pick. I think I used him. I'm trying to recall. Was that in the midst of my 3-game win streak at one point?
You
season?
took him. It was week 3, and it was your first win of the season. He had a 31 QBR in week 3.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go with, because I think he's going to start. And again, I'm covered if he doesn't start. But the Jaguars are playing at the Lions. Oh, boy, that's going to be tough for them. Mac Jones, I think they're going to be stuck starting him. But if they don't, I don't really care because it's the Jaguars. The Jaguars, the Lions. So let's go with Mac Jones.
Yeah, you would get if Trevor Lawrence plays.
Trevor
you have
Lawrence,
not used him. You would get Trevor Lawrence.
Right, but the more I think about that, I'm like, okay, I'll take that too.
Some of the other options, and I know that some of us have used some of these quarterbacks, but like Gardner Minshew against Miami,
Joe Flacco,
Flacco at the Jets, Caleb Williams against the Packers.
Yep.
But is there a resurgence there? Are they going to go back to the drawing board?
They blew out their OC Shane Waldron yesterday, so I'm a little bit concerned that there might be a little bit of a bounce back there because of that.
Geno Smith at San Francisco, another sneaky one for
I've had that one earmarked too. That's a good one.
For this week. So, all right, there it is. Those are the quarterback cesspool challenge picks here. I'm on Prize Picks right now. So they don't have Cooper Rush on here because they're not. I don't think it's official. Once we get more information on Wednesday here, we'll know who the. So I can't put my money where my mouth is. But what I am going to do is I'm opening the Prize Picks app where you can win 100 times your money with as little as 4 correct picks. You select between 2 and 6 players. You pick more or less on their projected stats, and you place your entry. So I've got faith in the offensive coordinator being fired, sparking Caleb Williams more than 197.5 passing yards.
Okay.
And then I got to find something else to pair it with here, but I will, and it's going to be glorious. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code PURPLEDAILY and get $50 instantly when you play just $5. That's code PURPLEDAILY on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play just $5. Prize Picks, run your game. All right, what are you hoping to learn and bring to us later in the week here at Vikings practice? You have any questions loaded up for Kevin O'Connell today, Judd?
I've been pondering some. I've been pondering a few. I feel like the Darnold conversation very much alive and well, but KO's basically proven he's going to stick with Sam. Like we're definitely not even scratching the surface of what the critique is there, and I'm not sure that we're going to get at that. But I mean that's a talking point. I do have some concerns about the Aaron Jones rib issue. Like that can be really, really sneaky. And Jones is scheduled to talk today. He will talk. I mean, he's going to probably be positive and confident, but that concerns me as well. And because the one thing that we can all agree is the Aaron Jones experience does ordinarily involve him being hurt a couple of times.
Yeah,
it does.
Yeah,
like that's just part of it. And there is no question. We've seen it too, you guys, that if Aaron Jones can't go, like the downgrade is significant.
Yep.
It is.
That worries me.
There's just that slither factor, and like the way that he sets up the blocks and hits the hole at the right time. I mean, there's just an innate ability that either Cam Akers physically doesn't have, that with the 2 Achilles, and Ty Chandler instinctually not the same.
Correct. Yeah,
So you've seen some flashes from those guys, but they're not Aaron Jones, unfortunately. Well,
it's funny when Chandler gets used. It feels like when he is used in limited doses at times, he's definitely got that put the foot in the ground and go speed.
Yeah.
It feels like the more he plays, though, and I think this is the problem, the more that his flaws are exposed. Jones feels like the adult in the room who's got it. If I may, Mike Conley from last year.
Yeah.
Like he's just got a handle on things. It's like, okay, cool. It's like it's not like you are a superstar, but you're damn good and you can do everything well. And you just and it feels like there's a reliability from him that Conley had that with Akers and or Chandler, I in no way feel that those two have.
Yep. I like that. The Conley comparison. They're both kind of on the age cliff, injuries,
personalities,
but they're leaders, great personalities.
Yep.
They're it's like having an assistant coach in the room.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good comparison. So, so Judd's going to be out there learning, and we'll bring some of that to the Thursday episode tomorrow. We got Feedback Friday, and then obviously, as every week, the place to be after Vikings games is the Purple Daily YouTube channel, Vikings Vent Line, where we turn the show over to you guys. So, and for those of you that are maybe new recently or this season, if you haven't already, click that subscribe button on the Purple Daily YouTube channel. And over on the audio side, a 5-star rating and a positive review on Apple and Spotify helps us continue to grow this awesome community of Vikings fans. So, all right, Mackie, Judd, Dex, we just want the Vikings to win a Super Bowl before we die.